At first glance, Bayonetta looks like a Devil May Cry clone with a few new combat mechanics and an oversexed vamp of a protagonist. That first glance is actually pretty accurate. The game is very similar to Capcom's gun and sword action title, and there's no denying that the titular heroine is overtly sexual. What a first glance wouldn't tell you, however, is that Bayonetta also happens to be a spectacular and utterly memorable action title that's more than the sum of its parts. Bayonetta is your run-of-the-mill tale of a 500-year-old, 9-foot-tall amnesiac witch who hunts angels with the gun she has strapped on her feet. Along the way, we learn about the two rival witch clans, the Lumen and the Umbra, a mysterious young girl with a striking resemblance to our heroine, a rival witch on a motorcycle who may or may not hold the secrets to Bayonetta's past, a clumsy American reporter with a mad-on for witches, and the fate of the creator of the universe himself. None of it really matters, though, because the story is so baffling and insane that it's almost impossible to follow. It's not bad, per se, and the cutscenes are definitely worth watching, especially considering their extremely high production values and some genuinely clever dialogue and cinematography. But trying to analyze the plot would be an exercise in futility. It's better just sit back, enjoy the ride, and let the weirdness wash over you.
Oh my, that was bloody amazing!
Luckily, the core gameplay is far more familiar. Fans of the Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden series should feel right at home with Bayonetta's fast-paced 2-button combat and combo system. Our heroine carries 2 weapons in her hands and has 2 attached to her ankles. Throughout the game, players will unlock new weapons like shotguns, swords, and extendable gauntlets. When equipped, these open up entirely different sets of combos, giving Bayonetta a truly staggering amount of attacks to choose from. Included in her arsenal are Wicked Weave attacks, which use her hair to summon demonic limbs, and torture attacks, which summon different demonic torture devices for each enemy type. It sounds like a lot, and to be honest, it is, but after a few hours with the game, the combat system clicks, and suddenly you're stringing together massive combos with weave attacks, dodging one opponent to get behind another, and generally wiping out enemies with style. Boss battles up the ante even more, pitting you against gigantic and bizarre angelic monstrosities. These epic battles make for some of the most intense and satisfying moments in the game, and help break up the hack-and-slash action. Vehicle sections also pop up, including a motorcycle sequence on the side of a skyscraper, and a particularly inspired Space Harrier homage.
Damn it, who did that? I just bought the damn thing!
Bayonetta is no slouch in the visual department either. The main character model is all curves and sex and leather and hair, and she looks fantastic, sporting some of the smoothest, sexiest animations of any protagonist in gaming history. Everything about her screams sex, from the way she uses stripper poles in combat to the lollipops she uses as health packs. But she never comes off as too raunchy or smutty. She's actually kind of charming.
I can't help it if I like the little outfits. The toys are nice too.
Environments look nice too, but the real visual treat comes in the game's incredibly varied enemy types. In many games that use monsters or demons or even angels as enemies, their forms tend to get lost in a sea of moving textures. Not the case in Bayonetta. No matter how out of control and hectic the on-screen action gets, enemies always remain clearly visible and discernible, despite their often bizarre forms. It isn't the most original title to come along, and it doesn't really do anything new. It also might be a little too crazy for some people's tastes, and at around 12 to 14 hours, it's a bit longer than most action titles. That being said, Bayonetta is an undeniably enjoyable game that mixes lightning-fast action and deeply satisfying combat with outrageous character design, inspired storytelling, and exceptional visual presentation. The cheesecake factor may be the first thing people think of with Bayonetta, and is definitely the crux of Sega's marketing campaign, but the game is more than just a pretty face and set of assets, and is sure to be one of this year's most engaging and memorable gaming experiences. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check Gamervision.com for the full text review.